Hello and welcome to Always Elite. Today we're going to review AEW Dynamite slash Fyterfest Part 2 from July 8th, 2020. Starts right off with the AEW Tag Team Championship match between Private Party and Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. Now this match replaced the Jon Moxley Brian Cage match that was supposed to take place at the end of the night because Jon Moxley's home self-quarantining because his wife Renee Young tested positive for COVID. So that match will take place next week at Fight for the Fallen. Early on, both teams testing each other with slow, methodical moves and a slow pace, a real slow pace. Great match between both teams, though. Lots of great tag team moves. Late in the match, Private Party takes out Hangman, but can't put him away. In the end, it was the last call. Page and Omega retained their titles. Next up, it was Joey Janela versus Lance Archer. Joey's in the ring looking for his newly found partner, Sonny Kiss. But then Lance comes out with Sonny on his shoulders and throws him into the ring on top of Joey. After that, Joey rolls to the outside. He gets all fired up and pissed off. He grabs a table, sets that up, then he goes and grabs a chair. He was going to go use the chair, but the ref grabbed the chair from him, which gave Archer enough time to recover from a few moves that Joey had given him and start beating the crap out of Joey. Janela had his shots throughout the match, even countering a blackout. But Archer bounces back and Archer hits a blackout through the table that Joey had set up earlier on the outside and picks up the victory. Then Tony Schiavone interviews Taz and Brian Cage. Taz says he has a major announcement. He pulls out the FTW Championship. That title was held by Taz. He was the only holder of that title in ECW. Now that title is not a recognized world title. However, from what I can see, AEW is going to recognize it as a world championship, which seems kind of odd since they already have one. He said that Taz says that Cage is now no longer uncrowned. He is now the FTW champion. Next up is the 8-man tag match. It's the Butcher and the Blade and the Lucha Bros versus Young Bucks and FTR. This was such a fun match. Starts off great with Dax Harwood out wrestling Pentagon Jr., which surprised me, but it shouldn't have. I mean, I know Dax is good, but I thought Pentagon would be better. Also, that surprises me even more is that the Young Bucks and FTR were working great together as a whole team throughout the whole match. It was really, really interesting. After a few minutes, all hell breaks loose, and Butcher beats up on Cash. Coming out of the break, so much action. Just take a look at the pictures I'm going to put up for you right now. Off an errant kick by Matt Jackson allows Lucha Bros to take him out for the win. Then Big Swole is denied access to the building, and it says it was Britt Baker. She knows it was. Come to find out, Britt had petitioned AEW management to have her barred and suspended from the arena, and they granted it. Next is the 2-on-1 handicap match. It's Kenzie Page and Kaylee King versus Nyla Rose. Nyla just decimates both for about 3 minutes. It was really weird. I mean, there was virtually no offense from the two. A beast bomb and then a pin for the win. Nyla then grabs the mic and has an announcement. It says, after the match, she says that actions speak louder than words. My actions definitely has spoken a lot. Nyla then says she's hired a manager but won't tell anybody yet. Guess we're going to have to wait and find out who that is. It says people with managers have championships, like Arn, coaching Cody, and Taz and Cage. Says she's next to have a championship, staring a hole right at Sheeta. Colt Cabana seems to be bruised up, got into a fight with someone. They're in the back in the trainer's room. Brody Lee says he expects Colt out there for the match. Then it's Colt, Brody, and Stu Grayson versus SCU. Such another great match. Oh man, this card was top to bottom great. Early on, it was fast-paced action from Christopher Daniels. I cannot say enough on how good he really is. He's been in the business 20 plus years, and he's still this damn good. And of course, as usual, the rest of the Dark Order gets involved after Frankie attacks them on the outside, so why wouldn't they get involved? Throughout the break, it was all Dark Order, just beating the crap out of everybody. In the end, it was Brody with a discus lariat, tags in Colt, tells Colt to go for the pin. Now, after that, will Colt Cabana actually officially join the Dark Order? Guess we'll have to wait on that one, too. Big Swole comes out after the match and strikes Britt's handler. I don't even remember her name. They call it Reba, Rebel, whatever. Who has a recoil and hits Britt in the nose. That was funny AF. Yes, it was. It's funny as hell. Come to find out later, Britt says she has a broken nose. Then it's main event time. This is one hell of a match. It was Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy. Orange starts off strong, putting his hands in his pocket, dodges all of Jericho's strikes. He headbutts Jericho and then dives on Jericho when Jericho rolled to the outside. All with his hands in his pockets. It's so good. He's so good. When it gets back into the ring, though, Jericho is on top for a long period of time because Orange got hit with the Mad Ball from Santana Ortiz. I don't remember which one hit them. I couldn't tell. Orange finally gets his comeback and attacks with the super strong Orange style. You know, his kicks, his massive, devastating kicks. A huge splash, but can't put Jericho away. Ortiz throws orange juice in his face from the outside. Jericho uses the bat behind the ref's back, but still cannot get the 3. In the end, though, Jericho with a Judas Effect elbow as Orange was coming in for the Superman punch. Well, so ends Fyterfest. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the whole show. I thought this one was amazing, and it was better than last week's. And until next time, always be elite.